It's been a little while since I've looked at the evidence files, and a few more things have come to light. I'm going to talk about characters and hints at future content. In a moment, I'm going to look at the new documents, but first let's take a listen to Amelia's radio messages. We hear Amelia's messages in the sleep room during Project Breach.
You should see what's behind these walls. You haven't seen the worst of this place. Not by a long shot. This place is hell. But it's hell built by the cheapest bidder. There's cracks everywhere.
She mentions that the walls are psychological.
Most of the bars on this cage are all in your head. Maybe that ain't unique to this place. I mean, Jesus Christ, if you're hearing me, it means this radio thing worked, and this is just the beginning.
It sounds like Amelia is ready to dismantle the facility from within. Remember that she entered the trials willingly.
I'm doing what I can out here. I'm pretty good with machines, electronics. Out in the world, I might have borrowed a couple cars. So much of this place is automated, I think I can cause some real trouble. If I know anything, it's that it's easier to break something than to build it.
Amelia mentions that the trials are automated and alludes to sabotaging them. I imagine she will pull back the mask and fraternize with the trials. It would be interesting to see her break the trials and have us go through unauthorized areas, similar to how the tests unravel in Portal. The cracks in the tests start to show, and we see areas where test subjects have left hidden messages. It'd be interesting to see something like that in trials.
Measure twice, cut once.
She seems to live by this motto. She may have picked it up when she was a young teenager, learning how to fix and work on cars.
Easterman's a pimp. Simple as that. No lower form of life on Earth.
It's interesting that she compares Easterman to a pimp, considering how her adopted father was a pimp, and ironic since Easterman sees himself as a father figure. She seems to have a vendetta against the man, which is bad news for him, considering she murdered her pimp foster father by messing with his car brakes. Perhaps Easterman will meet a similar fate in the Signala facility.
Watch for me. You have to get out of the nightmare.
There are a few more documents since I last posted. There is a series of documents linked to Doris and a woman named Henrietta Grubbs. In the first document, etc., Alvalanos and Easterman discussed secretly interrogating Doris, debating methods and whether Perry can refrain from using torture. The next document, Dead End, sees Easterman and Perry discuss interrogating Doris, dismissing Henrietta, an alleged deceased figure linked to both Doris and Amelia, as irrelevant, while emphasizing using psychological tactics over physical harm. Easterman says of Henrietta, "She entered into a romantic situation with Doris for a little while. She doesn't matter." Perry suggests they could use the relationship in an interrogation on Doris, to which Easterman says, No, Henrietta's nothing but dead. And I said I didn't want you to really hurt Doris." Easterman seems oddly compassionate towards Doris. A patient report reveals the failure of the therapeutic salvage initiative for reagent 0985, Henrietta Grubbs, who after surviving several injuries and experimental procedures becomes uncontrollable due to lingering psychological effects from Project Lathe and her relationship with Doris, leading to her eventual death and disposal. The report says Grubbs' reaction to hormone bath and bone extension was remarkable, and following salvage, she was introduced to the trial environment as a heavy ex-pop. It seems Doris was in love with someone who eventually became a heavy ex-pop. Unfortunately, Henrietta attacked Leyland Coyle and sustained a fatal injury, and was disposed in a biohazard disposal shuttle, where according to the report, survival is impossible. There are rumours that there is more to Henrietta than the files let on. Will she feature in a trial? And how can she if she's dead? Let's look once more at the document Dead End. When Perry asks about Henrietta, Easterman says she is extremely dead. Perry then says if Doris is still talking about her, she must have really cared. Could be a wedge we could use in the interrogation. Once again, Easterman says, no, Henrietta is nothing but dead. And I said I didn't want you to really hurt Doris. It's strange that Easterman repeats that Henrietta is dead multiple times, and that Perry presses him about her. Is it possible that he's covering something up? Does Doris have dirt on him, and he's protecting Henrietta for her? It's possible that Easterman truly believes she is dead. Note how in patient report, in which Dr. Easterman is noted to be in attendance, they say she was deposited in a biohazard disposal shuttle where survival is impossible. It may be impossible to get out from there, but if someone was already down there, perhaps Amelia has a part to play in this. There are a series of files linked to interrogations surrounding Amelia. I will only highlight the file Co-Conspirator Interrogation 2 of 2. During this July 1959 interrogation, Reagent 1733 expands on concepts of greed and everyone, referencing her secret friend Amelia, who shared wisdom from figures like Jesus, Gandhi, and Moses, emphasizing selflessness and sacrifice. People are looking up to Amelia as someone who will free them, much like Moses. It's possible that Amelia has allies. We know that people have been protecting her, even under torture. Perhaps she nursed Henrietta back to life, and now the two are working together to get Easterman. I don't think Henrietta will be too happy to hear that Clyde Perry has paid Doris a visit. Or perhaps Easterman is hiding her and has his own plans for her. We will have to see. And that wraps up our deep dive into the mystery of Henrietta, Doris, and Amelia. There's still so much we don't know, and with the way these documents hint at deeper conspiracies, I wouldn't be surprised if more twists are on the way. Could Henrietta still be out there? Is Amelia orchestrating something bigger than we realise? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you want to support the channel and get access to uncut, uncensored videos, consider joining my YouTube membership or Patreon. Memberships come with custom loyalty badges next to your name when you comment, plus early access to content. Your support helps keep these deep dives coming. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.